Hi guys. So tonight we're going to do a pick a pile for what is coming in the next 6 months. So I have 2 piles here. You can't see them, but I'm going to hold up a stone that is associated with each pile so you can make your choice. So the first one is a druzy quartz, I believe. I'm not an expert at crystals, but it's very pretty and sparkly. So druzy quartz for pile 1. And then I believe this one is honey calcite. We're going to go with that. So honey calcite is for pile 2. And this is for what is going to come in the next 6 months. So kind of a looking out over the next 6 months, a predictive reading. Okay, so if you chose pile 1, if you felt drawn to the druzy quartz, this is your reading. So first we have the Magician, the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. And then I just did one oracle card from the Black Moon astrology cards. And we have second house owning. And I'll probably read this from the book after I kind of go over what I'm getting from these 4 cards here. So what I'm actually feeling is that the next 6 months is going to be a period of time where you're going to be stepping further into your power. And I'm seeing a lot of passion here and a lot of manifestation abilities that I'm hearing are going to increase. And with the 5 of Swords, this person in this card here appears to be having a lot of worry, stress, anxiety, possibly migraines. Maybe somebody's having some headaches. And this could be in regards to what path to choose. So you may be guided to really tune into what is bringing you passion. And I was hearing something. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just really feeling a draw to what makes you feel alive and what makes you feel passionate about life, and potentially simply because the person on this card here is kind of looks like she's walking away from whatever this stress and worry is, whatever's causing this. It looks like you're choosing to walk away from this and not focus on it anymore. And instead, focus on the things that bring you joy and the things that light you up inside, because that is going to increase your manifestation abilities. So this is really good because I feel like a healing is happening here where you may become aware of some thought processes that are actually working against you or working against your ability to manifest a higher timeline, a more desirable outcome, something that you've actually been hoping for, but maybe didn't realize you you were not completely aligned with due to some thought, like some underlying thought patterns or behaviors, or there's just something that needs to shift within you to kind of fully step into this role of empowerment. And I'm hearing blessings, to fully step into your blessings. So if you're familiar with the manifestation process, you're probably also familiar with the fact that you have to be able to fully allow yourself to receive the blessings that you're asking for and that the universe would like to bless you with. So I feel like that's the transition that is occurring here over the next 6 months, is that you are learning how to surrender into the blessings that you desire to have in your life. And for some of you, you may be choosing a new direction if there's something in your life that has not been working, if it has felt stagnant, if it's only bringing you stress or worry. I'm also hearing grief, if it's only bringing you grief. Basically anything less than joy and more optimal feelings. I feel like you'll be leaving that behind, or you'll be guided to leave that behind. And so this is about remembering that you always have the power to create in your life. Remembering that you are the one that is creating your reality. And that can be a very powerful knowing. You may also be discovering yourself at a new level. And so some of this process of sort of rewiring your thought processes, or eliminating whatever this stress is from your life, it's going to take some patience and some self-compassion to walk away from whatever this is for you. And you may actually feel drawn to have more alone time to reflect and kind of go into hermit mode to get really grounded into this new state of being, is what I'm feeling. So I'm just going to go to the book here for the card from the I always forget the name of this deck, the Black Astrology, I think. Black Moon Astrology. And the definitions for these cards are pretty long, so I apologize in advance. And obviously, you're welcome to not listen to the whole thing. Okay, so it's card number 26, Second House Owning. And the quote from Henry David Thoreau is, "Wealth is the ability to truly experience life. You will own it. The second house is about being grounded in the physical." Wow, I just said that. It is the house of money, and it is about what you own and movable goods. Ruled by the sign of Taurus, the second house is also about solid reality, creature comforts, lifestyle, and areas supported primarily in the physical realm. It is also the key to your power in the world, how you feel empowered and disempowered. The second house isn't always to do with money and possessions. It's about ownership of talents, maintaining comfortable shelter, living up to personal values and self-esteem. It is also about what we decide to utilize or manifest in the physical realm, the desired results of which will always be quantifiable rewards, comfort, and also familial happiness. When this card turns up, it's time to concentrate on more practical issues. How do you handle finances? How do you look out for yourself and yours in terms of shelter? How are you being rewarded? Are you making a good living at what you love? It's a time where you need to protect resources to manage those things you own in a mature and equitable way. When this card presents itself in a spread, it's about sowing seeds for good harvest. It is time it is time to build, accumulate, toil and manage. Jesus, I cannot read tonight. You may be at a stage to take the beginning steps of opening your own business or embarking on a path that will not only enable you to realize your dreams, but could also make you a fortune in doing so. Meeting up with stubborn individuals or being unyielding yourself could also be an issue. It is important to stay the course, but also to be flexible when dealing with others, especially concerning goals or any financial matter. Music, especially the human voice, or issues concerning the voice box, may somehow figure in. Beauty, maintaining a good appearance, and having a sense of fashion at this time is also imperative. I am getting actually that some of you might feel called to update your look. No matter what your question or focus, money, earnings, and material assets will play a part. Usually, this is an extremely positive card, indicating significant financial rewards if you stay on your path and remain diligent and committed in all you do. Since the second house is ruled by Taurus, with patience, gradual advancement and solid achievement is on its way. The only warning is to be cautious where finances are concerned. It's possible if you come into money, you may meet some unscrupulous people who will work to take it from you. However, do consider the other cards in the spread in relation to your question. The second house card can at times indicate stubbornness, slothfulness, and developments that come about slowly or seem to drag. You will not be able to rush things. In most instances, this card indicates an abundant harvest. No matter how fast or delayed it may be, it will arrive. Money, how you make it and how you spend it, being able to afford what you need to progress and move forward, getting a raise, bills, coins, money orders, checks, credit cards, credit unions and banks, integrity, buying or owning land. I was feeling that some of you may be moving. Building, carpentry, a cozy home, real estate in demand, old houses or businesses in an historical setting, the responsibility of owning things, career, extravagance, desires for luxury, objects of beauty and elegance, cosmetics, music and singing, ballet, the finer things in life, what you value, what you hope for, being stubborn or fixated, self esteem, the colors brown, forest green, and yellow, the woods and wilderness, art, objects fashioned from nature, culinary arts, overeating, dining out. The corresponding tarot card for this card is the Two of Pentacles, and the key ideas are what is owned, spending, value, money, business affairs, the building of a home, laying down foundations, recognizing what is valuable. So I feel like that really tied into the message from the other cards. And the next 6 months you could see a drastic improvement in your finances, in your stability, in your confidence. But I feel like this is going to be a reflection of this. Yeah, so I hope that was helpful for you, pile 1. And now I'm going to move to pile 2. Okay, so pile 2, if you chose the honey calcite, we have the wheel, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So right away, this has the feeling of an emotional rebirth, as well as surrendering to the path, surrendering to a new love. I'm hearing if you dream it, you can call it in or create it. Some of you might be having lucid dreams over the next 6 months. Definitely feeling somebody is calling in a new love over the next 6 months. And with the astrology card being Pluto transformation, card 11, this, if it is in regards to a partnership, this partnership could be a very transformative one. It could be a very healing relationship for you. So this will be about, this time period will be about learning to deeply surrender to that, because sometimes maybe we resist that a little bit if there are some wounds in the way. I also feel like this bodes well for financial success. I'm hearing telepathy. Some of you are going to see a drastic increase over the next 6 months in your spiritual gifts and abilities. You're going to be tuning in to source more regularly, I feel. Doing things that you love. I feel like there's a similar energy to pile 1, where you're going to be kind of asked to tune into what brings you joy and makes you feel passionate about being alive. And I'm also hearing purpose. So I'm feeling this alignment is beginning to happen over the next 6 months. And I'm also hearing that there might be some choices to make in regards to what feels good, or, what doesn't feel good anymore and what does feel good, and kind of choosing to focus more on that. I'm just going to look really quick to see if the wheel is the same kind of thing in this deck as in like a traditional deck. I'm still getting used to this deck. I love it, but okay, so this one talks about changes, fate, destiny, a lucky break, cycling up through karmic lessons. So this pile, you might have, I almost said created change on accident. So I know that's never an accident. So somebody probably needs to hear that. You're creating this change by completing some karmic lessons and choosing to level up your life, essentially. What was once comfortable is no longer comfortable. It just feels ugh, and you just can't handle it anymore. So over the next 6 months, you're going to be making some changes. I'm hearing expand. You're going to allow yourself to expand. So that's great. Okay, so this also says the chaos of creation, a turning point, serendipity. So I feel like once you let go of whatever it is that is no longer working, this karmic chapter that's coming to a close for you, it's about like taking a leap of faith, essentially. Allowing. I'm hearing the word allowing. I'm going to go to the book for this transformation card. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll just read it anyway. People living deeply have no fear of death. So this might be very much so choosing to drop deeply into soul and following that calling. And perhaps shedding an identity, I'm hearing as well. So, a lot of times when we level up our lives, it is a bold and scary decision that we're making, because we're essentially choosing to let go of somewhere that we were comfortable, something that we were comfortable with. But it can also block your growth. So it says Pluto, the smallest and outermost planet in our solar system, probably carries the most weight. It is the planet of extremes. Birth, sex, and death are Pluto's themes. In Greek legend, Pluto was the god of the underworld. His earlier name, Hades, came to designate the dwelling place for the dead. The name Hades means the unseen and is a good description of the energies of Pluto, which tend to transform areas of the astrological chart without us knowing until the explosion or blowout. So some of you might actually be forced to move on, is what I'm feeling, forced to let go of something. Pluto was discovered in 1930, and although it is now considered a dwarf planet, transits from Pluto are extremely powerful and bring on significant life changes. In traditional astrology, Pluto is the higher octave of Mars, but has also some similarities to Saturn, which is also a force of oppression. Pluto governs renewal and rebirth. It brings to the surface things that have been hidden or felt deep inside. And I'm also feeling this could be the courage to address some buried emotions. This could be, having the courage to, if you're somebody that is not used to living from the heart space, this could be that transformation. From living an ego identity to stepping into the heart space, or from, what I'm saying, like that kind of transformation. I feel like this is going to be really huge in a positive way. These are sometimes painful to confront, and they are embarrassing or taboo. This dwarf planet tends to inspire unwelcome surprises. Pluto can be like a tower collapsing in your life, a life from which you must rebuild from debris and also inspiration. Many things you have relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. More than anything else, Pluto represents endings and beginnings. It is not a card of physical death per se, since in our lifetimes we experience many deaths and new starts. This is simply a time when the decks are being wiped clean for new action. Most of the time you begin to feel ill at ease with the feeling of something not right, and things go down strangely with an eerie silence like the Titanic. If you're in a relationship that has been difficult, it will either end or it will deepen and become more fulfilling. I'm actually feeling like this is going to become a more fulfilling situation based on the other cards. Any romance that starts at this time should prove to be intense. It is very important not to try and control things, instead surrender to the ups and downs for a while. Although some of these changes may be painful ones, that said, this is not a time of intense sexuality. It may come in various forms. Great sex, not enough sex, strange sex, but most likely intense and consuming sex. Okay. In terms of job or career, it may be time to get another. When the Pluto card presents itself in a reading, you may have been recently infatuated with a hidden subject, certain mysteries, or the taboo. This could be a time when you are able to sense and feel spirits around you. Sometimes this card can indicate psychic attacks, and thus you should be very careful who you open up to. Be cautious if you are involved in anything paranormal or occult in nature. You are not particularly you are not particularly vulnerable. In fact, your strength is growing. But it is important at this point in time to spiritually protect yourself from anything negative, such as vampire types of people or lost spirits looking for a home. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out to not be what you always thought. On a more mundane level, you may have to be more careful with your finances, taxes, and inheritances, especially. You might have the opportunity to suddenly move to a new home, but beware of foundation, water, or sewer problems, and also the possibility that the house might be haunted. Think of Pluto as leftover things that tend to languish in a state of decay or decadence, but more positively, rejuvenation, healing, and birth. With the rest of the cards out here, I am tending to lean towards a more positive version of this one. The Pluto card in brief: destruction, creation, regeneration, passing away of the old and bringing in the new, people you know passing away, funeral homes, mortuaries, hospitals, sewers, latrines, bathrooms, dumps, graveyards, that which has been buried, decay, hidden or unseen things, ghosts, spirits, dark entities, hauntings, the occult, dark magic, sorcery, tunnels, the underground, vampirism, gothic culture, weather, the genitals, procreative systems, and the lower colon, crossroads, divorce, changes in finances, the culling back of non essentials in life, a twisted outlook, profound rebellion, the colors black, purple, and maroon. The corresponding tarot card is the Six of Swords. The key ideas: transformation, endings, beginnings, new ways, the end of the old, intensity. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling there are going to be some endings, and I'm definitely feeling an underlying intensity, like an emotional intensity. And I'm definitely feeling that connected to new ways, as in new ways of relating in life, new ways of presenting yourself, new ways of expressing yourself, new ways of connecting, if I didn't already say that, with others. I definitely feel like this is a powerful next 6 months for this pile. A lot of big transformation in a positive direction, I'm feeling. And because I'm drawn to a couple of these cards have kind of some little stars and stuff. I'm guided to say actually that some of you watching this pile and resonating with this might have some very powerful transits in your personal charts that are occurring over the next 6 months. Yeah, so that is basically what I am getting for pile 2. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will see you with the next video. Bye.